tell them that I'm coming. And you can tell them that I'm coming. Tell them that I'm coming. Somebody tell the world that I'm coming. I'm trying to tell the world that I'm coming. Tell them that I'm coming. Somebody tell the world that I'm coming. Somebody tell the world that I'm coming. I've been standing on the outside, looking in, now it's my time. You can tell them that I'm coming for them. God sent me, ain't no turnaround. And I ain't leaving unless I'm bringing back a sword with me. Like I'm pulling spirits out the ground. I done seen enough to build with me. Let me show you how I'm living now.
What's good, YouTube? Man, I know it's been a while, but you know, it's been crazy here lately. And I'm pretty sure you guys are dealing with what we're dealing with, the whole quarantine and curfew type thing, this coronavirus. I hope you guys are staying safe, staying healthy, and being smart about what you're doing to watch out for you, yourself, and your family. I'm still working. I work for a government facility, and we support the warfighter, so we have to continue to work. But we're safe, we're sound. My wife's teleworking, and my daughter's out of school, so you know, we've been getting used to that, and just trying to prepare for the worst, should it come. But you know, that's why I hadn't been on and doing any videos. And plus, you know, all the fights and sports events have been put on a hold. You know, so we got a lot of time on our hands. So you know, I figured I'd go ahead and make a video. And before I make this video, I want to respond to someone who commented on one of my videos. I believe his name is Michael Jones. He was asking if I had any type of boxing background, any experience in the ring, amateur or pro. I'm not sure if he asked me that because he didn't agree with something that I said. My response to that, really, it doesn't matter whether I have experience or not. These reviews and these videos are just my opinion, so it shouldn't matter. But just for you, Michael Jones, I have fought in the 2000 Golden Gloves in Grand Rapids, Michigan when I was 20 years old. I won my first 2 fights and got eliminated in my 3rd fight. I fought in 3 local tournaments here in Texarkana, Texas, where I live. When I was 25 years old, I started my first tournament. Lost that one. I fought in the heavyweight division. I fought in the heavyweight division the next year in 2006, won that one. And then I dropped 34 pounds and fought in the light heavyweight division, and I won that one. And never fought again. And I also worked with one professional fighter for 3 years straight by the name of Scott Awesome Rawsome. You can Google him. He has a record. He was ranked. And those 3 years that I worked with him, I held the mitts, I wrapped his hands, and I slowly became his coach. Because it was me, him, and his promoter. He didn't have a trainer. I was the only one that was with him. So technically I was his trainer. And I worked with a handful of other heavyweight fighters before fights under George Foreman's promotions. I met George Foreman on numerous occasions. And a lot of other Friday night fighters that I grew up watching. So if that means anything to you, that's my background on boxing. But like I said, it doesn't matter. I'm just giving my opinion. So what I want to do today is talk about boxers that I don't necessarily like, but I respect. And I'm going to be making a handful of these videos. I don't see a lot of people out there doing that, so I figured I'd jump on that and try it out. So it's probably going to be a span of 5 different videos. But the first boxer that I want to do a review over that I don't necessarily like, but I respect, is my man, Mr. AB. About billions, always balling. Adrian, the problem, Broner. I first seen him when he fought Ponce de Leon. He won that fight. And while I was watching, I was like, this guy's got skill. A little flat-footed. He doesn't move a lot. He's always stagnant. He's trying to do the shoulder roll. I'm seeing him trying to mimic Floyd Mayweather. If you don't know how to do the shoulder roll properly, you don't need to do it. Obviously, you saw when he fought better opposition and elite fighters what happened. But you know, the dude was pretty flashy, you know, put his combinations together very, very well. So I continued to watch him. And every fight, post-fight interview in the ring, he always seems to say something completely ignorant and just out of left field. And I'm like, this dude is just, what is his problem? You know, and then I take it back, product of his raising. You know, he probably grew up in the hood. You know, he probably grew up hard. He probably grew up, you know, with nothing. And, you know, he made himself out of something. But a lot of times the way we act as an adult is a product of our raising. I would say 95% of the time. So he was probably brought up rowdy, brought up talking trash, brought up with an arrogance about him. But, you know, that's one thing, because a fighter can portray another personality just to get sales. But then he started getting in trouble outside of the ring, you know, getting arrested and DUIs. And to this day, he's still getting in trouble. But here's the reason why I respect Adrian Broner. First off, he has heart. And I knew that when he fought Marcos Maidana. Marcos Maidana is no joke. He's not as technically sound as a boxer should be, but he is tough as nails, and he has bricks for hands. He was tough. He gave Floyd 2 tough fights, and that first fight was a lot closer than what people thought. But when he went 12 rounds after pretty much getting beat up and having some spots and some better trades in the fight, and actually coming back a couple of times in some rounds, he showed heart, and he showed that he was in shape. Because when I heard the fight was going down between the two, I'm like, oh, he's crazy. He's not going to fight this guy. And he did. And when he lost, I threw a party. I threw a freaking party. I was so happy that he lost that fight. But as he gets back in the ring and he fights, I see that he still has heart. You know, nobody's knocking this kid out. And he said something that made me respect him even more. And it was so true. It was so true. And he was directing this comment towards a certain fighter, if you didn't catch it. I don't remember if it was a ring interview or it was an interview like Ellie Setback or somebody. He said, if I had the ability to pick to cherry pick my own fights, I would be undefeated too. And it made so much sense. And I was like, yo, I can't argue with that. As much as I don't like this guy, he's not lying. He never ducked and dodged no one. In my opinion, he fought everybody they put in front of him. Sean Porter, Marcos Maidana. Who else did he fight? Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia's a beast. Who else did he fight? Manny Pacquiao, you know. And a lot of people thought he had a chance to get Manny Pacquiao. I knew Manny Pacquiao was going to beat him. I thought he was going to beat him way worse than what he did, but he didn't. But Adrian Broner has heart. He has heart. He doesn't duck people, and he's just, you know, he's brash, but he's honest, you know. And I can't really hate on him much, you know, besides how he acts, how he conducts himself. But he's a grown man. He can act the way he wants to act, but he's a professional fighter. He's in the limelight. So every wrong he does is millions of people are going to know. I can go out and get a DUI and nobody would know. But if he gets one, the platform he's on, that's what he needs to think about. He needs to get rid of those immature ways and trying to act all tough and hard. And he really, if he straightened up and trained and got his act together, he could be a force to be reckoned with. I don't like the kid, but I respect him. You know, he doesn't duck fighters. You know, he doesn't have fighters in his weight class that he's ducking like, you know, some people do. You know, Dillian White never got his just due. There was a lot of people, well, I'm going to say one person ducking Dillian White and Chisora. You know, why didn't they get a shot at that WBC title? You know what I'm saying? So, I got to respect him. Forgive me, guys, for, you know, having such a gap and dropping a video. But I'm back now, man. I'm going to be posting videos left and right now. And, you know, leave your comments below, whether they're negative, whether they're positive, or whether you just want to ask a question. I don't know everything. regardless of my boxing background, believe it or not. But that doesn't matter. Whether you have a boxing background or not, you can come on and analyze a boxer or a fight and give your opinion. Doesn't matter your boxing background, okay? So, thank you guys for watching. Respect on it as always. Stay safe out there, people. Stay safe because it's getting crazy. Praying for you all. God bless.